Instagram. It's me, T, from the Pattersons, taking trains to bed. I can't have sleep in the eyes. I've been up for a couple of hours because I finished my futsal for the week. So there you go. See, like that. I'm still working on it. It's only Tuesday. Is this Tuesday? It's only Tuesday. Actually, technically, I started on Sunday, so it is 3 days. Anyway, I still got to look at it like that. And then, now if you see some smoke, some white smoke wafting, through here. I mean, it's just my white smoke wafting is different than other white smoke wafting. With my white smoke wafting, this is my way of whatever they call my watermark. It's an audio watermark. You know how you have things. Never mind, don't worry about that part. Let me tell you what we go. Oh, it's blue light, by the way, because that's what we do. And so, shout out to Blue Light Brigade. Now, my mouth is getting better, but the thing, I've been working. Those who don't know, I had cerebral. I had Bell's palsy, and whatever, months ago, and it's just getting better. Finally getting the muscle back here, but it's still affecting my thing there, so it affects the way I talk. I've been doing my exercises. Hopefully sooner or later it'll go away and I can speak in my regular, my regular articulation. Now I got to struggle. Anyway, here's what I want to talk to you about. I hinted at it before, because Blue Light Brigade. I'm your titular head. So as your titular head, I have to every once in a while, namely all the time, every day, I have to give you instructions because we're leading up to our September meetup with the gathering that's going to happen in Ethiopia, right? In Ethiopia, where the Christians are. Anyway, it's going to be on reparations, and I want to prepare everybody. And we should be doing stuff from now until then. We're preparing our bodies. That's why I got to get my stuff together here and all that stuff. Our minds got to think clearly. And our spirits. We got to have the spirit of reparations, because that's our full focus. And why reparations? Simple, because reparations is ultimate liberation for some of us on the planet. Now don't wait that part. We'll get to that. We have plenty. No, we don't have plenty of time. We got to every moment of every. Okay, I'm being extreme there, but you should. So as a titular head, I don't force anybody to do anything. You know that. It's just the way I roll. Well, what you should be doing is every opportunity you get, you do a little. You bring up reparations. Like now what I do, is I write in comments. Let me go back. We do, I guess 14. We do commentaries every day. 2, once in the morning now this is a Grand Rising report, by the way. It's a Grand Rising report. We do it. Grand Rising report happens right before sunrise, right? Every day, Monday to Friday. And then at night we have some other commentary, in the evening we have some other commentary, right? But those usually last 10 to 15, well, sometimes go a half hour, 10 to 30 minutes. Usually around about the 20-minute mark. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so that's standard. Then all throughout the day, I might post something here and there, It's all usually under a minute. It's with pictures, whatever. It's very short, very short, very short. But what I also do with the internet, since I have all this time here in India, because I'm in southern India right now, completing this year's healing thing. I just found, I'm going to a place called Quiet today. This is where I was looking for this place last year. I was looking for it, not really, I guess, because I would have found it. But it's a healing center. It's a healing, center. It's a healing, what do you call it, compound, like that, Now, when I was here 20 years ago, I went there. I forgot where it was. They got it all beached off, because they don't allow the locals, anybody. They got some rocks there, so you can't get it. It's like a private thing now. Oh, Oracle. Oh, woody. But that's where I first learned shadow yoga, and anyway. But they don't have shadow yoga now. Anyway, so I got to go there today for a thing that I got to do. I might explain to you tomorrow. It's sort of like people say, why are you doing that? And I'll explain tomorrow. Okay, perhaps. But what I also do is I write in comment sections on the internet. I comment, right? Now, you see, my comment is different. Very rarely do I do some sort of emoji or something like that. I write. Why? Because I like to write, right? And so now I'm giving you some instructions. Blue Light Brigade, here we go. Like, for instance, not for instance. So now there's this thing that happened. Now, the biggest thing on the planet right now, in case you haven't been, I know, not the wafting, not the white smoke. For some people, the white smoke is the biggest thing on the planet right now. But also, we have Kendrick Lamar launched his tour. His what's called GMX tour. Tour with SZA. I like SZA's voice. It's like interestingly enough. Like, for instance, I like Rihanna's voice. You know what I mean? Those are the only two people I know, the popular people I know that I really like. And SZA reminds me of course, what I want to say it, Shaka Khan. Every era has its da-da-da. So SZA is like the Shaka Khan of this era, you see, of this epoch, like that. There's a lot of people like that. Like in Africa, for instance, you have P.L.O. Lumumba, professor, da-da-da. He reminds me of Lambe Breath. So he's like, even though they sort of, whatever, he's like this era's, this epoch's Lambe Breath. You see what I'm saying? It's really interesting. Even in my fraternity, the president, well, he's whatever. My fraternity reminds me of Wilbur E. Burgee, the guy that started the fraternity. It's very interesting how cycles go around. But be that as it may, let me just go and do this. Let me move this wafting out the way here. I don't want to burn my book here. So, Kendrick Lamar, now, because he has his whole team, they're smart. These people are really, 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 really smart, right? So when he had the Gatorade thing, I said, oh, I see what's going on. See, because you have the modern thing right now, with black people, only thing that black people ever have is singing and dancing and style. That's what we have. Singing, dancing style. And when you say athletics, to me that's dancing. I want to get into it right now with you. The point is, so we control, in a way, the style of the planet. We control the singing of the planet. We control the dancing of the planet. When I say black people, I do mean black Americans, yes, but by extension, you got like the best voices on the planet, South Africa, oh my goodness, dancing, Africa, whatever. Africa is right there. But as far as the tip of the spear, if you will, would be black Americans, if you will, or as I say, American Africans. But we won't get into that right now. So when I see that he had that Gatorade commercial, now remember I don't really follow Kendrick Lamar like that, but I was watching something towards that. He mentioned Gatorade in one of his hip hop things, like that. But that taps into the sports, because Gatorade, you think of Gatorade, you think of sports. You think of black people first did that. When those two football players dumped the Gatorade thing on, was it Bill Parcells? It was the Giants. It was a Giants game, right? Whatever. New York, hey, we do stuff like that. Anyway, so the point is, we leave that. So for him to respond to Gatorade is one thing. Now I have I don't say mixed feelings about that, but I know he has to do that. Not that he has to do it, but he does that. That solidifies him into the sports thing. I mean, every time you see a sports thing and they have Gatorade there, you will think Kendrick Lamar. Believe me, this is how these things work. Okay. And then plus the whole thing about, sports, if they're going to have the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles, maybe he'll be at his prime, blah, 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 blah. He'll be invited to do something else, sure, right? So I understand that move. Unfortunately, Gatorade, you're supposed to hydration or whatever. It's not the best hydration. The best hydration happens to be just fruit. I do coconut water, So the point is there's other hydration methods. I'm sure Yaki Awaken will have something to say about all of that, right? But it's a business thing. I understand that. But let me read. Then I saw he's going to be the brand ambassador for Chanel. I like this ambassador thing. Like, for instance, I'm ambassador for the Sahel states as far as I'm concerned. My commander, Commander Ibrahim, Captain Ibrahim Traore from Burkina Faso. I'm an ambassador for that, because that's real unity and I don't say revolution. That's unity and evolution. That's why he's my commander in chief. So I got to do everything to make sure that this boy stay alive, because they after him. Boy, they done named him. Langley done named him. See how I did that? Langley done named him. If you don't understand what I'm saying, you see what Langley done named him. This is serious, right? But it ain't gonna work. Because, when you unite, Africa is, I'm not talking about the Afropeans, that do the bidding, still do the bidding of the colonizer and all that stuff. I'm talking about the youths. See, I know I hang out with the youths. I'm talking about, we're talking under 30. They say under 35. That's a whole ANC. I'm not going to get into that right now. But under 35 in Africa, they all know, respect, and follow Commander Ibrahim. Believe that. Okay? They ain't following that. And everybody else try to throw shade or whatever they said, they getting wiped out. Don't care who you are. African planets come together, which means that the diaspora is going to come together. Oh, stuff is happening. I'm not in prediction. I would say the next 6 months, but let me just give it a year. The next year, but by the time we get to the September, you'll see what I'm talking about. All will be revealed, unfolding. Anyway, so he's a brand ambassador for Chanel. I thought, Chanel's a French thing. That's my first reaction. Then I had to do a little research, because I don't want to just speak out the side of my neck. Chanel is French, but they're not French controlled. It's a private company. They don't ship their stuff to. You can't get no Chanel from. Well, you can get it from China, but it would be truly a knockoff. It wouldn't be the source, right? So, and they do. Anyway, they know what they're doing, right? Okay. So when they had the Chanel glass, I said, oh. So they had it when it made they had it on the internet. So I wrote something. Let me get my glasses. I wrote something in the comment section. Here's what I wrote. And this is how I'll explain. Let me do the first thing. Let me see. It's addressing Lamar, but that's not what it says. My first thing I wrote, I say, and the armor cracks begin. Hey, K.Dot, ain't you heard? We ignoring French things as long as they keep trying to eliminate Captain Ibrahim Traore from the planet. And what he is accomplishing for the mother continent on the unity tip. Us, black folks, in the diaspora need to hold everything French need colonizing at an arm's distance. This current unity movement going down globally is critical to the melanation for ultimate liberation. We'll get back to that later. Yet, let your team know, team quotes, know, things are moving, shifting very fast, and you don't want to be put yourself anywhere near, quote, on the wrong side of history, close quote. Yeah, Chanel is a private company et al. Next paragraph. PepsiCo, on the other hand, and their corporate ways is a bit suspect. Yeah, I know, business is business. But perception is a female dog in heat. Finally, ask yourself, as you make future moves, what would Prince do? Then I put note. By the by, I'm a gifting to you those bars. Melanation for ultimate liberation. And melanation I spell M-E-L-A, then a capital N-A-T-I-O-N. Melanation. Oh, you can't see it, but it's like I capitalize. I run it together with melanation. I run it together. Then I have a uppercase nation. So it's melanation for ultimate liberation. And actually, no, Blue Light Brigade. Remember, we say ultimate liberation. We don't say the or in. We just say ultimate liberation. That's what it is. But let me go back through this. Now here's the thing. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little bit something about me. My friend said one time. He said, the thing about you is you think you're your own best entertainment. And I had, now, you know how your friends are. You try, when you're ready to do a comeback, you always have a comeback. But then I had to pause and say, I think he's right. I don't do stuff. If I'm writing this, you think I'm writing Kendrick Lamar? You think Kendrick Lamar is going to be listening to, watching that, or seeing what I wrote? Likelihood is zip. So obviously I'm not trying to get into Kendrick Lamar. Even if I got into Kendrick Lamar's camp, I wouldn't advise him, because I'm a senior advisor for DeBrother Art Society, and they don't even listen to me. So how is some big time whatever money making recorder listen to the senior? It ain't gonna happen. And I work with the old folks in DeBrother. Well, we don't listen. We do. They do what I do. So that's a whole other thing. But nobody listens to me. My wife takes months, weeks and months and years to finally understand whatever I'm saying, so she don't even listen to me. Nobody had a plan to listen to me. So when I'm writing, I'm not writing for whatever. I'm writing for my own satisfaction. I'm writing because I like to write. I'm writing because I'm in love. I'm sorry. I'm my own best entertainment, as it was said. Anyway, so let's go through this today. I said, so I start, and everything is, when I do write, everything is calculated. It's because I'm trained, everything is calculated. And I say, and the armor cracks begin. Now when I say armor, it's because, usually when you have some big time person, then they start whittling it away and, and trying to see how we're going to pierce this person like that. So I say that I start with that statement. So that should get people's more, that gets my attention. Then I have in quotes, hey, K.Dot. Now, K.Dot, as you know, that's the name he got in high school. It's like K, capital K, period, capital D-O-T. So I'm talking to the person before the fame and the whatever have you. I'm talking to the essence. I'm not going to call him Kenny or something like that, or even Kendrick. Hey, I mentioned, interestingly enough, I mentioned Eddie Kendricks yesterday, but I found out he's named after Eddie Kendricks. Who would have thought? And didn't think about that. Eddie Kendricks. Remember I told you? I remember. There's this album that Eddie Kendricks, when he left the Temptation, he has, and it's got like "People Hold On." It's the name of the album. It's a fantastic album. Listen to it if you can. It's got some. When he's sitting on a Huey P. Newton. Well, it's not a Huey, but the chair, a wicker chair like that. And I thought and Huey P. Newton, when he said that he was holding a rifle, right? But Eddie Kendrick is holding a spear. I think I'm remembering now. I didn't actually look it up. I should not have before I report back to you. Well, sometimes. Anyway, so then I say, ain't you heard? Oh, by the way, when I'm doing questions now, I put the inverted question mark in the beginning of the question, and then I do the question and then the regular question mark at the end. That's the Hispanic, the Latin, the Spanish way of doing. I like that way. And since I'm a world traveler, I spend a lot of time in Mexico and Guatemala, and a bunch. Yeah. So, and I was well, I did go to Canada first, but the next country that went outside of the United States was Panama, where my daddy was supposed to be from. So I'm that same. I'm just saying. Anyway, so I like that style to warn people. Hey, you're gonna just be your question. So I've incorporated that style into my writing. Then I say, ignoring French things as long as the they is in quotes. They, not meaning French, but they mean the forces that are against black folks on the planet. Well, against the downtrodden. I should say this. I don't speak for black people, by the way. I'm not one of those people. And black person, I know what we revolution. Well, hey, look at that. The sun has risen. this is, okay, now we got to do an exercise. You know what it is. Now breathe, breathe out like that. So you take a deep breath, expanding your rib cage in your lungs, and then you take another short supporting breath that supports that. So you expand a little bit more, and then you breathe out through your mouth. Ready? Here we go again. All right. Do it right here. For all you martial artists, when you breathe out, you can go. I'm sorry. Oh, gosh. That's what I do with the wisdoms in DeBrother. I do this thing with them, and at the end I have them do some karate things, and then we say hi-ya. They love that. The hi-ya, or they go off on that. I'm sorry. I'm bringing myself back to DeBrother already. I won't be there until August. Oof, long time. I miss them. Anyway. So they is like that, right? Then if we go on with the thing, then mother continent on the unity tip. So I'm just saying that Commander Ibrahim, he's unifying not only the Sahel state, not he, but they're all unifying the Sahel. He's unifying, right? But he's unifying all of Africa, especially the young folks. Forget the old heads. Them Negro peons got to go. Sit down, go whittle someplace. You know what I mean? No, you're an advisor like me. I'm a senior advisor. You old like me. You're a senior advisor. That's all you is. You're supposed to be advising people under 60 or whatever. In Africa, under 40, because everybody, that's the point, right? If you beyond 60, shut your yap. Find some young person you're supposed to be mentoring anyway, or whatever you want to. You're supposed to be helping out, whatever, and have them be you. That's all I'm saying. Because this has got to end. All these old people, they prop them up until the very end, and even though they know they're going out, they keep on propping them up. Look at the cat that they wafting white smoke for right now. They knew that boy was gone. Look at what they did with Joe Biden. They knew that boy was gone. Just step down, make room. I'm sorry. I was getting to this. Okay. Then I put us, black folk. Now, when I say black folk, the way I do black folk, the way I write black folk, I put, where's my black folk? I put folk, and then I put the, what do you call that, a bracket. Am I on that? Then I put a bracket. I don't know if you can see that. It's backwards anyway. I put a bracket and then the S closed bracket. So I'd say black folk, or you can say black folks. See how I have a writing style. It's part of my writing style. In the diaspora, that would be me and a bunch of other people. Need to hold everything French. Oh, us black folks in the diaspora need to hold it French. Need colonizing at an arm's distance. See, so we everybody in the diaspora, we have to hold French things at an arm's distance because they trying to kill our peoples. They trying to kill a cat that they have identified as a problem for them, and then they try to kill. Of course, they want to kill. They've all been killing black people. Then I have this highlighted. I'll tell you later. This current unity movement going down globally is crucial to the melanation for ultimate liberation. I highlighted that because I like that. And in this book, I highlight certain things so that when I'm at the end of the year, at the end of the book, I sort of go back and look at the highlights. I don't know why I do. Well, that's what I do. And then I keep on going. You heard the rest of it like that. But see, then at the end, I like to try to be hip, try to hang out with the youngins and stuff like that. So then I realized when I wrote it, after I finished writing it, oh, by the way, I'm still making, like for instance, like I said, PepsiCo, on the other hand, and their corporate ways is a suspect. I started to put, I was going to put PepsiCo and their corporate slovin ways, but I said, no, I won't publish that, right? But I made a note there that that's what I was going to put. Anyway, so, then I said, of course, business is business, perception of, Procession is a female dog in heat. As you know, I don't curse. But if you know the definition of a female, what female dog in heat is the definition of, then you know the word I'm using, right? And I got that unquote. A, quote, female dog in heat, close quote, right? Finally, ask yourself as you make future moves, because, you're going, I'm not telling him to do this. Again, I'm a senior advisor. You're not supposed to be listening to me. You're just supposed to take it under advisement. I got the question there. What would Prince do? Now, you say, what the heck does Prince do? Look, this is super interesting. Prince had always been talking to the youngins, right? He said, own your masters, own your masters. And certain people he would spend time with talking to, whatever have it. Kendrick Lamar went to Paisley Park. He's supposed to give a little concert, whatever have it. Ends up, him and Prince went someplace, and they talked for an hour. When he finally came out, Prince did a little number, and they did a little number, and that was it. I'm saying, what were they talking about? Now, automatically we know that Kendrick Lamar pays homage to the people that came before him, in his genre. And as you know, anybody who knows Prince, he paid homage to every musical genre that came before him. That's what the dawning was about. Well, let me get to that so we can get into Prince. Okay, so I want to know, what did they talk about? Now there's an audio drama. I have an audio drama with Prince and Kendrick Lamar talking, and what they talked about. An hour, 40 minutes of conversation of Kendrick Lamar and Prince, and she said that they're not drinkers or something like that, so I don't think they would, they're not, whatever. So I don't know, maybe they were playing pool or something like that. They wasn't doing basketball. Maybe they were hitting the ball and saying, yeah, da 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 da. I'll set it up somehow, I would do pool only because you hear the audio drama has to have sound effect. So you hear like, click, click, and then some profound thing would be said. Oh man, don't start me an audio drama, right? But then at the end I say, no, by the by, I'm a gifting to you those bars. I say those bars, and then I put the bars there. Melanation for ultimate liberation, right? It's a gift. You can't pay me anyway, so that's the whole thing. So there you are. So Blue Light Brigade, that's what you do. At every point you get, you advocate for reparations, you advocate for justice. Justice meaning, everybody's treated, guarantee everybody's treated with dignity, respect, and those that need help, they get the most constructive help possible. That's Mr. Neely Ford Jr. But the point is, that's part of our code. That's what we do. Blue Light Brigade, you're obligated to do that. As your titular head, I'm laying this on you. And every chance you get, you write it, you be respectful in comments, right? And you write things that are, where you go, profound. I didn't say profane. Profound things, right? And you make it so that if somebody tries to troll you, they're trolling like smoke. They can't troll you. This is our posture. This is what we do. Blue Light Brigade. Salute. Talk to you later.